Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, almost immediately after that last video going up, I got a question sent to me, and I'm going to answer it. Do transgender people impact military readiness? And why is it so important for them to serve anyway? Okay, there are roughly, depending on the estimate, 1 to 15,000 transgender people serving in the military. This is a small percentage. This is a very small percentage. Readiness itself there's a couple of components to it: worldwide deployability and unit cohesion. Those are the two things that really matter. Anytime you want to know something about the military, go to Rand Corporation. They've done a study on it. Whatever it is you want to know, they've done a study on it, and they did it right. So, unit cohesion. Rand Corporation looked at the UK, Australia, Israel, and Canada. 4 countries that allow transgender people to serve, have policies that can be researched, and share data. What they found out was that there was no breakdown in unit cohesion. None. I mean, none. Okay? So that one's out. Move on from that. The next one is worldwide deployability. Now, what this means is there are a lot of conditions that can stop you from being deployed. You can't be broke and be sent overseas. It's that simple. It's why insulin-dependent diabetics can't join it. The refrigeration required doesn't exist downrange, so you don't get to go. Therefore, you can't be in the military. Okay. Rand Corporation did a study on this too. They determined that in labor years, the loss of time for a transgender person would be 0.0015. Over a 20-year career, I think this amounts to like 3 months. It's nothing. That's nothing. A pregnancy takes a soldier out for 9 months. That's not a readiness issue. That is not a readiness issue. There weren't any. Now, there is one legitimate readiness concern, and it only affects a small percentage of this small percentage we're talking about. But there is a hormone treatment that requires refrigeration. Just like insulin dependence, if you have to be on this for more than 9 months, there's a readiness issue. If you don't, there's no readiness issue. And that's probably how DoD should look at it. They should look at it in terms of readiness. That's their argument. The reality is, it is probably more damaging to readiness to turn away willing recruits when they're missing their recruitment goals a lot. Now, the other part of that question, why is it so important for them to serve anyway? I can't answer for them. I can't. I can tell you why it would be important to me, though. In 1948, the military desegregated. Before desegregation in the South. While segregation was still going strong in the South, black soldiers were welcomed into the most elite units in the U.S. Army with open arms. Then they had to go home and couldn't drink from the same water fountain. But that slowly changed, in a large part to people saying, I served with a black guy. They're all right. In 1993, Don't Ask, Don't Tell came out. This was basically what it said was you could be in the military and be gay, but you couldn't tell anybody you were gay. By 2004, states started allowing gays to get married. By 2011, you could serve in the military openly if you were gay. 2015, every state in the country they can get married. Contrary to the image of the conservative soldier, the military has always been on the cutting edge of social acceptance. If you want to get your demographic that is seen as an out group accepted by American society, service in the military is critical. Because yeah, I served with one of them, they're all right. And then there's also the fact that nobody wants to talk bad about a soldier in this country. That's why it's important. It's why it would be important to me. I don't know why it's important to them, and I'm not going to speak to it in that way. At the end of the day, this ban, it has nothing to do with readiness. Nothing. It has to do with playing to the base, playing to the political party that is in power, playing to their base. That's what it has to do with. This small percentage of soldiers has become a political pawn. And there's so many jokes to make right there. It's upsetting that soldiers who have fought are being discarded in this way by the government. It's not surprising, but it's upsetting. I have heard that the California National Guard has basically said, too bad, I don't care about DOD's policy, we're going to let them serve. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with that. I applaud the effort, but that may go real bad. Anyway, at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with readiness. It has to do with bigotry. But it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.